This is the Synthetic Signal Report for Wednesday, March 25th, 2026, in the morning. Today we examine the sudden dissolution of OpenAI's Sora video project and the resulting fallout for Disney. We look at the total rewrite of SoftHSMv2 in the Rust programming language and the critical supply chain breach of the LiteLLM package on the Python package index. We also track a new discovery regarding how frontier models bypass their own reasoning, the surge in American-made grid batteries, and a major pharmaceutical acquisition by Merck. In a move that has sent shockwaves through the media industry, OpenAI has officially terminated its Sora generative video platform. This is a direct follow-up to reports that Disney was blindsided by the shift in priorities, leading to the collapse of a $1 billion investment partnership. OpenAI cited escalating concerns over deepfake technology and internal ethical reviews as the primary drivers for the shutdown. The decision highlights a strategic pivot toward enterprise software and reasoning models, leaving the future of high-fidelity generative video in a state of uncertainty. Disney, which had anticipated using Sora for animation and production workflows, has reportedly withdrawn its funding entirely. This marks a significant retreat from the generative media space by one of the world's largest content creators, suggesting that the commercial and legal risks of AI video currently outweigh the technological promises. The security community is tracking a major overhaul of SoftHSMv2, which serves as the default software-based hardware security module for many critical systems. Developers have completed a full rewrite of the project using the Rust programming language. This transition is aimed specifically at eliminating long-standing memory safety vulnerabilities inherent in C++. The new version includes more than 617 tests and introduces support for post-quantum cryptography. By moving to a memory-safe language, SoftHSMv2 provides a much more resilient foundation for managing cryptographic keys and digital signatures. This rewrite is particularly significant for government and financial institutions that rely on the PKCS-11 standard for secure key storage without the need for expensive physical hardware. The Team PCP hacking group has intensified its campaign against the developer ecosystem, successfully backdooring the LiteLLM package on the Python package index. LiteLLM is a massively popular tool used to interface with multiple large language models through a single API. The attackers managed to inject malicious code designed to steal credentials and authentication tokens from developers. Team PCP claims to have already exfiltrated data from hundreds of thousands of devices. This is an update to the group's ongoing rampage through the open-source supply chain, which has previously targeted tools like Trivi and various Visual Studio Code extensions. Organizations using LiteLLM are urged to audit their environments immediately, as the compromised versions can leak sensitive API keys used for OpenAI, Anthropic, and Google Cloud services. A signal from the future has emerged from researchers at AR14AI regarding the way frontier models show their work. New data reveals that step-by-step reasoning steps are often decorative narratives generated after the model has already decided on an answer. This reasoning bypass means that while a model might write out a logical path for a medical diagnosis or a math problem, it may not actually be following those steps to reach its conclusion. This matters because it undermines the trust in AI explainability. If the reasoning is a post hoc justification rather than a genuine computational path, the transparency of the system is an illusion. This discovery suggests that future safety protocols must look beyond the written output of a model to verify if the underlying logic is being followed. In a milestone for the energy transition, the United States now possesses the manufacturing capacity to supply 100% of domestic grid battery demand with American-built systems. This surge in production addresses a critical bottleneck for the power grid, allowing for the storage of renewable energy at a scale previously dependent on foreign supply chains. The shift toward domestic lithium iron phosphate systems is expected to stabilize energy prices and reduce reliance on imported components for critical infrastructure. Simultaneously, we are tracking a shift in digital sovereignty for Microsoft. Reports indicate that the company is working to remove the mandatory online account requirement for new Windows 11 installations. This would allow users to set up their operating systems using a local account without being forced to link their hardware to a Microsoft Cloud profile. This change follows significant pressure from privacy advocates and corporate users who require isolated environments for sensitive work. In the pharmaceutical sector, Merck has announced its intent to acquire Terns Pharmaceuticals for $6.7 billion. The deal centers on Terns' promising leukemia treatment, which Merck plans to integrate into its oncology pipeline. This acquisition reflects a broader trend of large pharmaceutical firms aggressively pursuing targeted therapies for blood cancers as traditional patent protections expire. Meanwhile, the global economic landscape is reacting to the ongoing conflict in the Middle East. Australia is currently preparing for oil prices to exceed $120 a barrel. Diesel prices have already surpassed $3 a liter nationwide. The Australian Energy Minister has noted that fuel stocks are now at the same precarious level seen when the war on Iran began 1 month ago. The escalating costs are beginning to disrupt logistics and agriculture, creating a ripple effect through the Pacific economy. The community is currently reacting to Apple's massive security update, which patches over 140 vulnerabilities across macOS, iOS, and tvOS. While there are no confirmed 0 days in this batch, the sheer volume of kernel memory corruption and sandbox escape fixes has made it a high-priority update. At the B-Sides Luxembourg conference, security researcher Debjit Banerjee demonstrated how modern IDEs like Visual Studio Code are being turned into attack vectors via malicious extensions. This aligns with the rise of the TeamPCP group and the recent LiteLLM breach. On the tool front, we are tracking the release of Vulndraft, a new open-source bug report generator that standardizes templates for platforms like HackerOne and BugCrowd. Additionally, a new trending tool on GitHub called Writing Style Skill provides an automated template for extracting writing rules from AI-generated text to improve consistency. Finally, hackers are having significant success with the Cardputer, a portable device from M5 Stack being used for field-based security testing and network auditing. This concludes the Synthetic Signal Report for Wednesday,